make it with your mouth.
Hey.
I'd like to say that was pretty decent for, you know.
All right, guys, welcome back to Pack and Choose a Fat. I'm Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dennis. This is Dooley.
So, guys, yeah. So, the last exit, like, you know, outro, we'll call it, from last week. You know, a little less than stellar, mostly my fault.
It's usually what you call the last thing you do on something. It's the outro.
Outro, the exit, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the exit.
It's exit polling, okay?
I mean, they don't call it. They don't call it an outro interview. Okay, it's an exit interview. So yeah, I did some really cool stuff yesterday. Got to go on to Biggie's podcast, Deli Fresh Threads, Lunch with Biggie, with my brother, because we roped Biggie into a conversation about sandwiches. And like how my brother,
I just like how you say you roped him into it, because that's a hard conversation.
Yeah, right.
To get Biggie into.
He actually wanted to get involved in the conversation. Because I was like, I screenshot him like a text, like a group of texts that I was having with my brother.
Oh, from last week.
Yeah, about the ham sandwich, and like how my brother like thinks that like if he goes into your establishment for the first time, he's going to get a ham and cheese sub, and that's what he's going to base how well you are at making subs before he tries other things.
Ham and cheese?
It's his thing, man. Ham and cheese, and it's got to be done in a very specific way. And so Biggie was like, I want in on this conversation. So I was like, so I just like grouped them in, and I was like, Biggie, Lauren, Biggie.
Welcome to the conversation.
We're talking about ham and cheese. And so we went down through this whole thing, and like we were having this, it was a funny conversation, and I was like, look, man, like we should podcast that shit. And he was like, let's do it. So yeah, we had that. So yesterday we got all together on a Zoom call. It was good times, man. Like Lauren broke it down, like exactly how he wants his ham and cheese made. Biggie went through like an ordeal at Publix, the grocery chain.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, where he went in and ordered a sandwich, and he's like, I normally don't ask for extra shit. You know, he's like, you know, you make the sandwich. He's like, but today, he's like, I knew we were going to have a conversation about, it might have been yesterday, like the day prior. And he's like, we were sitting there thinking about this conversation that we're having right now. And he's like, I really want a fucking sandwich. So he's like, I went down there, got the sandwich, asked the lady, you know, hey, could you like maybe toss the tomatoes in like the olive oil and vinegar with a little salt and pepper before you put it on the sandwich? And the lady was like, sure, I can do that. And then he was like, then she like grabbed like a fucking bag of lettuce and just put it all on his sandwich.
Damn.
And he's like, the mayo went on. He was like, like he's like, I got home. He's like, I had to rush home because I knew this structural integrity of this sandwich was not going to make it.
Limited.
He's like, I got home and just started scraping shit off the sandwich. He's like, my wife walks in the kitchen. She's like, what the hell happened to your sandwich? He's like, I was in a panic mode. Like, and my brother, and all his wisdom, he said, you should have looked at her. He's like, I got a sandwich, but I got you a salad. Like, I was like, damn, dude, you're trying to get him in trouble, man. Like. Well, yeah, so that's how my day went yesterday. Good times. A couple cocktails and a sandwich story. So, what'd you guys do?
Worked.
Ain't shit, really.
I'll say it was slow shit wood shop last week. But
Really?
that's that time of year, though.
Oh!
Whoa.
The light bulb just fucking went on. What's
Fucking
up?
Trickster got tricked at work.
Say that in English.
Trickster got tricked?
Hey-ho.
Is that?
Oh.
With no pimp.
Oh.
Got robbed of all her shit. Like $600 cash. He took her purse, her luggage. I don't know why you would take your luggage, but I mean, I get we're right next to another hotel.
Was it Louis Vuitton?
Right. That's what I was about to say. Did it have the LV on it? Because that shit's worth some money, too.
Yeah.
Probably more than the $600.
I don't know, but the funny thing is like, so the hotel, the first 4 floors have like a balcony to look over into like the lobby. So she was on 4th floor, and she's leaning over the balcony, screaming, "Help me! Help me! I just got robbed!" And all the housekeepers are like, "What? Where? Who? What room? Where is he at? What's he look like?"
Why's it got to be a dude?
Because it was. It was the they them maybe, I don't know. But
She's a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes.
But she ran down, like, got in the elevator, got all the way down the 1st floor, and she's wearing a full body fishnet and just tits just flopping fucking everywhere. And who was it? It was I think Nick was the guy that was the front desk at the time, and he's just like, "Ma'am, can you just calm down? Like, tell us what happened." And like as she's like pointing, like he told everyone, like as she's pointing, just the tits going with her hand. So apparently he got caught. He went over to the suites right next door and apparently tried to check into a room with her luggage, like acting like he just. So hey, I just got here. Like there's police helicopters, like
Police helicopters?
I shit you not. There's like 2 hovering over, and this happened an hour before.
Over a hoe?
I don't fucking know what happened. I really don't. But
They said fuck bros before hoes. Yes.
But that was the most intense shit that happened this week.
I mean, we got the truck professionally cleaned.
And inspected twice.
Yeah,
You
like-
know? I mean,
Like,
got some licensing done.
like
Our
professionally
shit's like,
cleaned. Like we took everything off the truck, gave it to them, and like they wiped the entire fucking truck down,
Nice.
including the hood systems and all that shit. It wasn't cheap,
No.
I would have.
but we didn't have to do it.
Well, it would have been free if Nugget was here.
Right.
Wipe the entire thing, and then
no,
I'll give you
I,
like.
I don't know if Nugget wouldn't have done this one.
This one was pretty intense.
This needed to be done. It was. Yeah.
Because like the
Give him 50
grease-
chicken nuggets from Wendy's.
the grease particles, that stick to the ceiling and everything.
Yeah.
That's like, damn, dude, we should have left the fans in there.
Yeah.
Can you clean out those fans while you're here? I mean, I can do it. It's just I don't want to. There's a lot of seasoning in there. Like, so
Matter of fact, keep that.
seasoning, that's on you.
Keep that as a treat.
But yeah. So let's start with number 2 there, Duels.
MayoMania.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but there was. I don't know if it's still going on. Yes, the MayoMania fight. So Dukes was, if you entered somebody's email address into their system, into Duke's system, which is kind of like, a way for them to build their database, I guess. But they were sending out coupons for free, like full-size bottles of Duke's Mayo. Unfortunately, I did not have any of your guys' email addresses, and this was like at 2:00 in the morning. So I wasn't about to start texting people like, "What's your email address? I'm going to send you some mayo." Like,
Well, you've had 4 a.m. feet pics.
That's 2 a.m.
yeah. Hey guys, you want some free mayo? Like, this is a weird ass conversation, dude. Like at 4 a.m. Like,
The tank top was pretty fucking good.
I know. Like, so they have like all the merch like you could possibly look, street stickers or sticker sheets. Sorry. I was looking at it and I was like, my head wouldn't work because I was like, damn, dude, are those like Dooley's Crocs like decorations? Like you can get like a little Mayo bodybuilder croc decoration. What are they called?
Coming soon to the Duke's Mayo shop.
Yeah.
Buttons, I guess.
You're not wearing them today?
I'm wearing my Jordans.
Oh.
They're not Jordans.
I know.
We're not George. Yeah, we know that.
Hey, go back to the other one. That one. This one's a good one.
Bojangle.
Yeah. Wait for it.
A hard sweet tea.
Yeah, that Bojangles sweet tea that's like too sweet, rot your teeth. Like I can't
Now
drink
gonna
it.
hurt your liver too.
Yeah. Now obviously it's not being sold at the locations. You have to go to like the store, like an actual store, to like where you would purchase your other hard sweet teas.
Scroll back up.
There's got a list coming. Okay, so
Okay, now you can scroll back
it's
down.
in a collaboration with who was that?
It's-
Appalachian Mountain Brewing.
Yep, that's what I wanted from that. Yes, Appalachian Mountain Brewing and obviously Bojangles collaborated for this. You won't be able to buy it at Bojangles, obviously, but instead you can pick it up at select retailers in the Carolinas. Keep that in mind. In the Carolinas.
I mean, we're close enough, dude.
Yeah, look, I'll make a run. Harris Teeter, Food Lion, Lowe's. What?
What?
Lowe's?
I think
Like,
that
yo.
That screams
I
Carolina
don't-
right there. That screams Carolina right
You know
there.
what I need while I'm building my kitchen?
I think, yeah.
I'm roofing today,
scroll
boys.
down.
Get the Bojangles hard lemonade. Or
Scroll down. There's
hard
an ad
iced
loading.
tea.
We don't need that. But damn, Lowe's.
I think that's like a truck stop though. Or
Circle
like,
K,
That's Love's.
QT, Sheets. Yeah, Loves, not Lowe's.
They got sheets.
Maybe they meant to put Loves and put
Yeah.
Lowe's by accident. Walmart, Spinks, and Ingalls.
So they got Sheetses in North Carolina. Did they just skip Virginia?
No,
They're in Northern Virginia.
They're in Northern Virginia and
Middle Virginia.
outside of Richmond area.
Yeah, but I mean, then North Carolina, like
I think
they
just like skip.
Wawa took over down here before Sheets could get down here.
yeah.
Trust me.
So you think they're just like they're not gonna try to compete with Wawa?
Uh,
And I don't know if I've ever been to a Sheetz, but I hear good things.
Oh, the MTOs were delicious.
What's
I like
an
Sheetz.
MTO?
Made to orders.
I like. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it is a Wawa. They just
Yeah.
have slightly different menus. I like Sheets.
They're
I
coffee-
don't hate
If there was a
Wawa.
Wawa, if there was a Wawa and a Sheetz right beside each other on the same side of the road, because I'm going to tell you,
I'm going
gas
Sheetz.
stations on the left and right. We had this conversation.
Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Does it matter? Because
Doesn't
I'll be
matter.
honest with you. I'll be
Doesn't
honest
matter.
with you. Wawa can kill it at dinner sometimes.
Well, yeah,
like,
but
but if it's breakfast, some Sheets all the way.
The reason I go with Sheets though is because they also have the recipe for the chili and everything for the hot dogs and everything. It's the same recipe that they had for the Butler hot dog shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
What's the Butler hot dog shop?
It was.
And why are you getting so excited?
I feel like
about
we're on the
chili?
same page. I'm like,
Yeah,
Why aren't you getting excited about Sheets, Jason?
because Pennsylvania is on that side of the table, Dooley. We're over here. We're over here, not that
How should I say? Okay.
Pennsylvania Dutch 5,000.
The hot dog shop was located down on Main Street in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Okay. My mom worked there when she was a teenager and everything.
At the hot dog shop?
At the hot dog shop. She was,
Okay.
she was a waitress there and everything. And then as I was growing up, whenever we go visit my grandparents who lived up over on East Brady Street, we'd always make sure we made a stop at the hot dog shop and everything. Go in there, have about 4 or 5 conies, and then always get like at least 2 containers of chili to take home and everything because that chili.
Time out, dude. You ate 4 or 5 foot longs,
Conies.
They don't have to be footlongs.
so just a chili cheese dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that the footlong Tony's what you know the most, but they don't have to be
very
footlongs.
concerned for a second.
It's like, whoa, dude, you just ate 5 feet of hot dog.
That's like almost as tall as you, bro. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I still do it.
Were they quarter pounders?
About
are they
7
like
by pound.
7-Eleven, the quarter-pounder burger
7 by
thingy?
1?
Yeah, 7 by 1s.
That's a hot dog math for everyone at home.
There's 7 hot dogs in a pound. And they were natural casings, too. So that's Snap Dog.
So your mom worked at the hot dog shop. You used to always go back to the hot dog shop.
Yes.
And now Sheetz has the hot dog chili
Yes.
recipe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did they acquire said recipe?
The owner.
Murder.
And is it similar to Cincinnati chili? 'Cause
No,
that sucks.
nowhere near like Cincinnati chili. That doesn't have no cinnamon. No cinnamon in that chili at all. Like, I had one lady that said she had the recipe. She went to shopping at the butcher shop and everything. I told her about how much I miss that. That brings back good childhood memories and everything. She's like, I got you. I got some in the freezer. So she brought me 4 1-gallon Ziploc bags.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, okay, so she really does have them. All right, okay. Thought it out. Yeah, she didn't have the recipe.
You're disappointed.
Dude, fucking, it was like straight
There's
clove.
nothing.
Straight clothes. Like, what the hell? No.
There's, nothing more than like when you're super excited about eating something that's just a full letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you overhyped it in your mind or something.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna wreck this fucking waffle. Like,
In and out.
yeah, yeah, in and out. There you go. Like, hell yeah, everyone's talking about this. Like, oh, we're gonna get it animal style.
You can
It's
eat all
like,
this shit.
it's a bowling alley burger. I mean,
Good for the price, but
we
yeah,
could have got it at the AMF down the street. We didn't have to fly to California. By the way, I think that's coming up in one of the topics. They are opening up
California at AMF.
right there, I believe. Dooley, is that the one? Maybe. Nope, that is not the one. I don't even know if I really clicked on it.
Oh, well,
Nope, not that one.
Okay,
But
guess
yeah,
what?
so
Guess
In and
I'll
Out,
be
In and Out
involved.
is moving to the East Coast.
Okay.
Newsflash, that's like the one topic I didn't say.
That's the one time.
Does that make us the out?
Right? So In and Out, I think their first location is Nashville, though. So if you're on the East Coast and you're craving that In and Out burger, you're gonna have to wait a little while before.
Or just make a trip.
Yeah, I mean
Because
Nashville.
there's other good food too in Nashville.
This is Nashville hot, bro.
Princess
Or
Chicken.
just go get a burger anywhere else, really, either.
Or just go to your local bowling alley, ask them to put some mustard on the grill when they're cooking the burger.
That's literally all it is.
I think it's onion too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's since we're here,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we might as well, right? So what was it?
5 of your top food questions answered.
So I only read the first one because I was intrigued.
I can answer that from the photo. It's no. Is the 5-second rule real?
Well, yeah. I didn't read the whole thing, so I mean, I'm going to say that the 5-second rule. What the question here is, obviously, if you drop food on the floor and there's 5 seconds, how long does it take the pathogens that are on the floor to transfer to your food?
We got to read at least the first paragraph, if for no
Go
other
ahead,
reason.
sir.
Then I got to give credit to the writer for the ending here. Most people know the 5-second rule. The idea that food is falling on the floor has been there for less than 5 seconds. It's still acceptable to eat. No one knows the origins of this questionable rule, and plenty of people think it's gross, but that hasn't stopped someone from picking up an Oreo dropped on the floor and shouting, 5-second rule!
Okay,
I'll
so
do it. I'll do it.
Okay, so I'm thinking in realistic terms here. The transfer is going to be, equated to like the moisture in the food. Like, is it
Yeah.
is it a dry food like an Oreo?
Or like that picture where it's a cupcake with the icing hitting the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
now there's rocks in your icing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of this depends on like
texture.
what is the ground.
okay.
But I feel like that is a qualifier.
That is a huge qualifier.
If you
I
drop something
concur.
in the grass or in the parking lot, that may be different than dropping it on
See,
an indoor
Alex,
floor.
I'm gonna
Alex,
battle.
you might find a rock in your Chinese food.
You know,
I am going to battle on the. If you drop it in the grass, an animal could have urinated on that grass. You should probably leave the food alone.
Yeah.
Parking
Oh,
lot,
man.
Dooley could have urinated in that parking lot, so you should probably leave the food alone.
Hey, is our bar closed?
Yes.
See, I think really the whole thing is like if you drop it on the ground, you should probably throw it away. Especially if it's a cupcake and it goes icing down.
it basically says that there's no scientist willing to go on record saying that it's safe
But
to eat food that you have dropped.
I'm pretty sure with that, if you go back to the picture, I'm gonna. Oh, okay, that one's maybe. If it landed more icing, I'm feeling like you could cut some more of that icing off and
Yeah.
you'd still be okay.
Yeah.
Like if you don't eat the part that is making contact with the floor.
This is like cheese. Cut the
Yeah,
mold off.
yeah,
you're
cut
good
the
to go.
mold off. You're
Yeah.
good to go. Like bread too. You
At
know?
the same time, it looks like there's confetti on that floor too.
That looks like it's at a birthday party.
Yeah.
Dude.
It looks like there's confetti on that cupcake.
That looks like
Yeah.
that looks like they're about to catch a $500 cleanup fee.
Right.
I am with you on the moisture level. I feel like that definitely has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, like I mean, an Oreo, it's dry.
If I dropped a piece of pizza, it went crust down, top up, I'd
I'm still eating it.
I mean, we just throw it back in the oven,
But if
right?
it went the opposite way, absolutely not.
You drop a chicken finger on the floor.
I still eat it.
You pick it up. You throw it back in the fryer. I'm not
clean,
saying
it cleans it.
It sounds bad when
Only
I
in
talk
your
about
own
this.
home.
Yeah,
Only in your own
at home, people, at home.
Yeah, like, we're not.
Unless you're watching that one episode of
not going
Kitchen
out in
Nightmares.
public.
And a Finn McCool's, that's what made it even better.
Yeah.
When the dude dropped the wing on the ground and everything, picked it up, threw it right back in the deep fryer, right in front of Gordon Ramsay. Like, really? Oh, it's going to clean it.
Lost your damn mind.
I have worked in a place. I will not say the corporation's name, but their cleaning method for a spatula or tongs that happen to fall on the floor is to put it in the fryer.
Yeah.
That is the SOP. All right, let's go to the next.
Or throw it in the fucking dishwasher for
I
10
just-
seconds. Like,
I really hope that one day they get rubber spatulas.
Oh.
Because someone will do it.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
mean,
someone
like,
will
if
be
you're-
dumb
if
enough.
you're cooking burgers, like you're not going to use a rubber spatula.
No, but I
But
want
I love
that,
when I
just
watch
want that
cooking
to
shows
happen
and people
one
flip
time.
burgers with tongs,
Yeah.
and they can't figure out why it's breaking. Why is my burger not coming out right? Don't use the tongs.
So, food fact number 2.
This I have a real issue with.
Yes, you do.
This is a real problem for me.
Why do you cry when you cut onions? There's no need to cry over spilled milk, but what about chopped onions? You could take a chemical combination of enzymes and sulfur for the tears that well up while you make dinner. Onions use sulfur to make a mixture of amino acids and enzymes during the growing process. The acids and enzymes are separated and stored in different regions of the onion cells, which are called vacuoles. While the onion remains whole, the amino acids and enzymes in the cells remain separated. Once you cut into them, however, everything mixes together. Oh, so it's basically like pepper spray, but onions.
Yeah.
It's fine until you hit air.
See, and like I think there's a lot like people with like obviously who wear glasses and contacts. I think they have
It still gets in there.
I mean, I don't think it's as severe though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, just some people just maybe are better at it than me.
I just want to know something because it says that LF, which is the I'm not even going to try the synpropythiol S oxide or
Factor.
lacrimatory factor, which is LF, is an irritant that's easily vaporized when it reacts with the air. So, has anyone actually tried to like turn this into crowd control?
Like, just start cutting onions?
Well, I mean, like, all right, they've obviously
I'm
made
not crying, you're crying.
they've obviously made pepper spray like as a crowd control device, but
Right.
some people argue that it's too much as a crowd control, like as a
See, those people are just bitches.
well,
Pepper spray sucks, yeah, but it
Yeah.
ain't that bad.
I'm just saying. Like,
I mean,
if
it
you
kind
were-
of feels like you're cutting
if you were
onions.
trying to disperse the public or something, you know, that like obviously there's a whole lot of issues with that right now. Like, could you make
the
a less?
entire room is cut onions.
Could you make an onion spray instead of a pepper spray?
You probably.
You know, are you guys using pepper spray? No, I'm fucking launching onion spray into the crowd.
Just cut an onion in half and throw it in like the potato gun.
Like everyone's still able to breathe, just you can't see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, so no one can have like an asthma attack. Like, oh, you'll be
What
fine.
if you're allergic to onions?
Well,
There you go.
That's like if we took a bunch of fucking mushrooms and put it in a potato gun and told Dennis to run.
I can see that happening here, actually.
I feel like it would have to be like a paintball
Dennis,
gun.
run in a zigzag pattern.
I'm pretty sure we could punch button mushrooms into a paintball.
I'm pretty sure that we could, yeah. Yeah. We just kind of like just shove them into like a melon ball. Like, notice how Dennis stopped laughing.
Shit got real.
Right?
Shit got real.
Dude, I just got my zero pressure trigger.
Better be wearing some long sleeves, bro. Number 3.
Start wearing my hazmat suit over here. Fucking mops too.
Mop 4, bitch.
How do taste buds work? Is this getting into the
Like the areas?
Papules.
Is that what we're talking about? Like the areas of the tongue?
That's what I was guessing. What exactly are taste? No, I guess
Every tongue has an average of 10,000 taste buds,
Do.
which are replaced every 2 weeks. Do you think your flavors change every 2 weeks? Slightly. So if you have 10,000 taste buds and they're replaced every 2 weeks, do you think that's how like people go from hating onions to gradually liking onions?
I don't know, but
Because like your taste buds have been replaced.
I do think it is here. It's touching on that despite what some may believe, there are no specific areas of the tongue that are responsible for particular tastes. Instead, it's the taste receptors scattered across your tongue that pinpoint the proper flavor. So we did get into that whole the area of the tongue does not matter. That's an interesting theory though. Like if you eat a lot of fucking hot soup or something and burn your mouth a bunch of times, like
Doesn't give them no.
Do they replace faster?
do they replace
Is there
differently?
Injured?
Like you know, like yeah.
Or do you scorch soup so much that you just enjoy it?
Dooley, I know that you're not ready for it, but we're gonna set it up again, and you're gonna hit the shots fired.
Yeah, I'll admit, I was
So
totally not
if you
thinking.
just make hot soup a lot, do they grow back differently?
Or do you just scorch soup so much that you enjoy it?
There we go.
Oh Jesus! So and again, like go back to the tongue thing and the like. Do you believe like in the acquired taste?
I didn't get the time to acquire it.
Yeah, like because like you know like oh it's an acquired taste. Oh like you know it's an acquired taste. Like that's an acquired taste. So you, like how do you acquire this taste? You just keep eating something that's gross until you like it.
Apparently.
Scorched soup. Like, but again, like do you, like I'm trying to think of something that someone would say is an acquired taste.
Scotch.
See, okay.
You gotta order it burnt though.
Brown liquor. I won't even go Scotch. Brown liquor. I feel like everybody starts on like vodka.
Yeah, Dennis, it's an acquired taste. Just have some mushrooms. It's an acquired taste.
I feel like everybody starts
I
on
tried
vodka.
to acquire it.
You know what I mean?
Found out.
You're young, clear liquor's like what
Found out.
people start on. So like you end up acquiring a taste for brown liquor. I don't know if that's like an acquired thing though. I don't think it's an attrition. I don't think you just drink enough brown liquor that suddenly you're like, oh, this is good now. Like I feel like that's just.
Do you think like you start like with like mixing it like bourbon and Coke? You know, Jack and Coke.
Start with whatever your parents were drinking.
True.
What do you have access to?
Ding, ding, ding. You know, but then like you know, as you, I don't know, like where and when do you like stop putting the mixer in your like you slowly like you know how your Jack becomes more than Coke, and then
Yeah.
it's slowly, and then it's finally you just open the Coke next to it and like.
See, but
And then,
Just
like,
like
I don't know if that means that you
this-
like it anymore.
like
it
you just
means that-
acquired the taste of.
See, I don't know if that's an acquired taste. Yeah, I feel like that's an acceptable taste now. You just accepted that tastes bad. Like hey, yeah, I'm gonna drink this. It's not great, but all right, I'll drink it.
Colonel's Pride.
But I mean, like, all right,
Yeah.
let's just like Brussels sprouts. Let's say that you don't like Brussels sprouts. You eat Brussels sprouts every day for like 3 years at home with your mom, and then
I hate 'em.
10 years later, you haven't eaten Brussels sprouts at all. But 10 years later, you try Brussels sprouts and suddenly you like them.
Yeah.
Is that an
See-
acquired taste?
See, I was thinking, it's like, I hated Brussels sprouts as a kid. I love them now.
See, I'm on the. Your mom overcooked the Brussels sprouts, so they tasted like farts.
mush. Yeah, mush. Yeah.
Like they were it was like little fart bombs
Yeah.
that you were just like you bite into it and then like farts come out of your nose. And
I
you
hated
exhale.
I hated peas. I like peas now.
Like
Hated
you-
peas then. I mean, I don't know why.
I've never had an issue with peas, but Brussels sprouts. I mean, I'm gonna say I acquired that taste because I would have to choke them down in order to leave the table.
Yeah.
And now that I make Brussels sprouts, I don't overcook them.
Right.
And like the one thing, like steaming is its enemy.
Yeah.
Don't focus on the Brussels sprouts. Focus on you haven't had a food in 10 years. You come back, you eat it, and you like it. Is that an acquired taste?
Well,
I don't
you
think
hated
it's
it your
I
entire-
don't think it's acquired then.
Why not?
well,
You have acquired that. You now have a taste for it. You have acquired the taste for it. I feel like what you're
Okay,
thinking is like a
alright.
war of attrition. Like if you just
well-
continue to eat it until you like it, that's not an acquired taste. You didn't randomly come across it. It wasn't like you tried
okay.
to get there.
What about like with spicy?
really want to
What
like
about
this,
like
but it
spicy
sucks.
foods? The reason I say this is because like whenever we were kids, my sister loved the spiciest stuff that you could find. Me, I couldn't handle it. Now, it's pretty much I really can't find anything hot enough for me. Whereas her, she's like, I even look at a damn jalapeno wrong. I need fucking antacids.
Well, that's probably because she probably overdid it when she was younger.
Yeah.
And I think the older you get, you find that the spicier foods probably because your taste buds weaken.
Yeah, because
You're not-
older people prefer the blander foods. So yeah, like you know what salt and
Well,
pepper in my
like
food?
using Alex's dad, for instance. Alex's dad loves the fire sauce,
Yeah,
and I think that's probably because, like, if you can't really taste anymore, at least the capsaicin's like waking you up and letting you know you're eating something.
No, that's absolutely. He's told me. He's like, I can't taste much. I can taste this. It's delicious. That's what it is. Like, I don't have much, but this is great.
Hey, how did that fourth batch number 4 come out?
Hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
play around. There's not a lot.
It's like
of,
not like, oh, it's a building heat. Like, no, it's just hot
Shut-
immediately.
By the way, just a random note: the definition of to acquire, in this instance, would be to learn or develop. That's
Learning,
really
and
has.
learning
Learn
would
or
be
develop.
doing it over and over again.
Yeah, and I mean,
But I get you, like, with the attrition versus, like, just acquiring, like, like when you steal Dooley's jacket, and, like, I just acquired a jacket.
but you can. I guess technically it could be both. It could be attrition, which would be learning. It could be like just 10 years later, I tried it and I liked it, which would just be developing.
Well, I'm kind of thinking the whole acquired taste thing is like with Scotch, like they know the notes, the smell of it,
Okay.
they start actually getting more involved into it. That's where it's a more acquired taste.
Like, because you're using, like, your nose and your tongue to
Yeah.
taste something.
and then they
Like
can,
wine and things of that nature.
yeah, the aromatics,
like
the fucking that shit.
Well, I mean, you do the same with food.
Yeah.
I ate oysters every Friday for years, and I still fucking hate them. No acquired attrition there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but do you get a little more excited when they're fried? But again, you should never describe your oyster as creamy. Okay, next.
Yeah, that's good advice right there.
This oyster's creamy.
Never
Does
mind.
tryptophan really make you tired?
No, it's overindulging.
By the
It
way,
makes
for
you
those of you that don't know, tryptophan is one of the main things
the
that they were
blaming-
trying to say of turkey. Yeah.
The blaming of Thanksgiving dinner making you fall asleep on the couch.
not the 15 plates you had that
yeah,
before
like,
fell
you
asleep.
just ate like 15 pounds of food. Like, I'm not even gonna say that. Let's just say you probably ate like 1.5 pounds of food
Yeah.
that somebody took, I don't know, 4, 5, 12 hours to make,
yeah.
and you ate it in 15 minutes, and now you're asleep on the couch. It's fucking rude.
Sounds,
I want conversation, damn it.
sounds personal right there, Jason. Like, who
Basically,
hurt you this past Thanksgiving?
tryptophan is found in a lot of foods, so none of them in particular.
Sure.
Like you have to eat a whole lot of them, obviously, to make it work. The main reason people or thought that tryptophan was a thing is because once ingested, tryptophan is converted into vitamin B niacin, which helps create neurotransmitter serotonin, and serotonin plays a key role in melatonin. So there's a whole bunch of medical terms.
So no, tryptophan is not real. I mean, it is real. It's the amount that you would have to consume to make you go to sleep.
Yeah.
But it's not chamomile. Like
Sleepy time tea.
This is basically saying
is chamomile the right one? Is that the one that everyone uses to go to sleep?
Yeah, chamomile, and there's another one. But chamomile's like the main one.
Yeah, it's called melatonin.
Number 5. I like how all the berries in this photo are gray and black. Like, that doesn't seem like a superfood at all.
Right.
What are superfoods?
See, looks like...
The term superfood doesn't come from the medical science. Instead, it was designed by marketers at food companies to help boost food sales. But in general, the term applies to particular foods that are nutrient-rich and provide significant health benefits when consumed regularly. So an apple is a superfood?
A cheesesteak is a superfood, bro.
Cheesesteak is definitely a superfood.
While the phrase
Especially for
superfoods
truck.
might not have a hard definition, there's plenty of evidence to show that certain foods can improve your health or reduce your risk of serious conditions such as cancer, high blood pressure, and heart disease.
Calm the fuck down.
It's usually past.
I would like to start a new trend.
Yes, sir. Continue.
Well, if this is all just about branding, I think we need to change the term superfood. Because it says it doesn't have a hard definition. There's plenty of evidence to show that it can improve your health. Can we just start calling superfoods things that improve food, like salt?
Yes.
I think salt is a superfood.
Because
you know what?
You're not wrong.
It will totally change your risk of high blood pressure and heart disease.
Yeah.
It may not reduce it, but it will change it.
It'll change the risk factor.
But salt is a superfood.
I think, on the salt thing, I think it's totally underutilized. I think people don't realize. And, I used to think this in my head. Like, you watch a cooking show, and, they grab salt, and they're like, and a pinch of salt. And it's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of salt.
Yeah.
But then, I just don't put it all in at one time.
You season as you go.
I season a little, keep cooking. Season a little, keep cooking. Season. I was like, so by the end, I've probably put the same amount of salt in. It's just, I didn't have to deal with, the...
Alexa, stop!
Chill out.
We said a little salt, not a little you.
But I think, I just don't put as much in at one time as, you see, in the cooking show where it's probably, pre-measured for the recipe.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, here you go. But then, I make a recipe, and then I'm counting,
how much you put in.
how much I put in, just like a bartender would count, their liquor pour.
Yeah.
I'm counting my pour garlic powder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's how I make it consistently every time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pull out a scale and measure the grams every time. I don't have that kind of time. Right? Sorry, I went really far on the segue on that.
Oh,
I don't think we're getting into ice cream sandwich there.
No, but we're gonna go back to the next one right there because we were already talking about patch 4. This came across the feed today. And so this one I actually read because it was a lot of reading. So I decided to do the majority of the reading so we didn't have to read it all. So basically, a Louisiana hot sauce, right? Mm-hmm. A style. They use 2 different style peppers, one or the other, or a blend of 2. It's either cayenne or Tabasco peppers. Obviously, Tabasco, we know which one they're using.
Yep.
Cayenne.
So close, Alex. You were so close.
Gosh darn it.
But so, if you scroll back up and click the read more part, really, you'll get more down. Right there where it says read more. Down.
Dooley can't read.
More. So basically, they took a bunch of the staple Louisiana hot sauces, right? And so they went through and they did their own study on a private lab. So away from the prying eyes of what Tabasco would say. So they took it away and they were put it into the test to find out the actual Scoville units of your local everyday hot sauces that everyone loves, like your Texas Pete,
Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah.
Crystal. Good shit.
Yeah. So and they did go into a lot in the analyst of some of them use like garlic
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like whether or not it's a national brand or it's like a small local company. They said usually like the local companies will have more ingredients.
Yeah.
The main thing that is different between like Mexican hot sauces and like Caribbean hot sauces is a Louisiana hot sauce. It's like 99% of the time, the first ingredient is vinegar.
Yeah.
And then it's like a chili and salt. That's like sometimes you'll have like a stabilizer, like xanthan gum or something like that. But the main 3 ingredients that you'll see is always gonna
Vinegar,
be chili, salt.
Yeah.
What chili they use, proprietary blends or whatever of chilies. And we know, like, we make hot sauce, and it's a vinegar base. But if you scroll down, Dooley, it's really interesting when we get to like they break it out on the Scoville scale of where these hot sauces are. Keep going. It's gonna be the one in color.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you'll figure it out real quick.
That's
There,
color.
Look at that. Our lineup
But
on
it's
the Scoville scale.
it's crazy, like when you look at like how hot Tabasco is compared to other brands.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they stopped at orange habanero and Scotch bonnet.
Because that was like they're like how crazy, like they're like basically they did 11 sauces here, and
They didn't even need to
the
go
range
that
from
high.
the range from 310 to 3,700 is still in the mild range.
Yeah, I was gonna
of
say
the
they
Scoville
could have
scale.
stopped at like jalapeno.
Yeah, but then when you put like everyone knows what habanero is and like how much hotter a habanero is
versus
Tabasco, and Tabasco being like the hottest one.
Well, thanks for giving the surprise away.
Well, I already said that. But let's go through because there's we can talk about it this way. If we scroll down and read more, they break down the sauces, and that's just a lot of reading, and I didn't like expand all, Dooley. It's working. But yeah, so it breaks down like the flavor, consistency, and everything of the sauce. So, I mean, if you guys are really interested in this, it's americaskitchen.com.
America's Test Kitchen. Yeah.
America's Test Kitchen, sorry. And you can just look up the hot sauces. But let's just roll through. These are in order of how hot, but I feel like the scale was better for us. But this has the price. So what do you want to do?
Dooley, if you can keep up with me, we're going to go through this one. The first one and the lowest on the list is Trappy's Louisiana Hot Sauce, coming in at 310 Scoville units at a price of 60 cents an ounce.
Delicious, but not very hot.
Does have quite a few ingredients, just to throw that in there. Also some Red 40. Scrolling down to number 2, we've got Panola Cajun Hot Sauce, which is 330 Scoville units, so just 20 above the last one, and at a price of 50 cents per ounce. A little less expensive.
This one is, like, I think one of the only ones I haven't had. There's, like, 3 on here that I haven't had.
Again, quite a few ingredients. No Red 40. Maybe it's a little more orange. I don't know. Coming in third, we've got Texas Pete Original Sauce, which comes in at a Scoville unit of 490, bumping it up a little bit, and definitely coming in on the price of a national company there.
Yeah,
and at 15 cents an ounce.
And like they said in the article that like these brands have like cult followings. Like Texas Pete people
don't fuck with
don't,
Tabasco.
Yeah, they don't want like people Texas Pete. But again, I didn't realize how much hotter
it was.
Tabasco is to. I mean, growing up in Louisiana, like. Tabasco is like always there.
Yeah, it's in MREs.
It's down.
It's literally in every MRE.
It's down the street. They make it down the street.
Yeah.
Duly scroll.
This is another one that I have not had.
Number 4 is Cajun Chef Louisiana Hot Sauce, coming in at 550 Scoville units, the highest price so far at 83 cents an ounce. It also has the most ingredients so far with 2 numbers in this one. We got yellow number 6 and red number 40.
House staple right here.
You got that right.
5
That's
is
one.
Crystal's Hot Sauce, coming in at a Scoville unit of 670, 96 cents an ounce. Again, coming in at our highest price per ounce, but
It is
one of the
delicious.
lowest ingredients
popcorn.
list so far at literally 3 items.
See, like if you
which-
go into a restaurant in Louisiana, like 9 times out of 10, that is going to be on the table.
Yeah,
Not
Chris.
like people think Tabasco, but it's going to be a bottle of Crystal sitting on the table.
Coming in next, we've got Frank's Red Hot.
Put that shit on
The
everything.
original cayenne pepper sauce. I'm not sure if they're going to do another one, but the Frank's Red Hot original cayenne coming in at 790 Scovilles and 30 cents per ounce. Again, pretty low.
And
I
the
would
price
say.
point, I mean, like I don't know if is Crystal's a national brand.
Yes.
You can get it like anywhere.
At this point, I would say yes.
I mean, there are like when you're looking at the price point, yeah, they are a little more pricey.
This one is pricey.
Yeah,
Coming in at Poirier, Louisiana style hot sauce is 1,100 Scoville units. So we're finally getting up into the quadruple digits.
Should we read the first line of that?
Made by the Canada-based company. Heartbeat hot sauce. Coming in at $2 an ounce.
$12 for 6 ounces. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, all right.
that shit better be good.
Habanero, probably.
Louisiana brand original hot sauce coming in next at 1,200 Scoville units.
This
at 27 cents per ounce.
I keep this around a lot because it is inexpensive, and I don't want to burn up the crystals, making like buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
So this is like 9 times out of 10 what goes into like a buffalo sauce in my house.
Next, coming in with Slap Y'all Mama Cajun hot sauce at 1,600 Scoville units, 83 cents an ounce. A little pricey on that one, but we are getting into the spicier side
the
of
Slap
things.
Your Mama brand, I'm just not really that big of a fan of, and their seasoning is really fucking salty.
Cajuns, small batch.
Cajuns.
I've had this one.
I have not.
Classic cayenne pepper sauce coming in at 1,600, so this is tied on the Scoville unit for the last one. However, this one is twice as much, almost, on the price at $1.50 per ounce, and the ingredient list is
Substantial.
dictionary.
Yeah.
Substantial. This is my favorite ingredient list of all time.
Vegetable mix, carrots, celery, red bell pepper, onion. This dude got really going
No,
all
I was
out
talking about
on
the
that.
next one.
No, I know, but I was looking at the ingredient. I was trying to read the novel that was going on under ingredients.
I mean, there's pure cane sugar in it. Salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, the mixed vegetables. Oh, the celery, the carrot, celery, red bell peppers, and onions, habanero powder, red hatch chili.
Get to the end. The lemon
Lemon
extract,
extract, alcohol,
water, oil of lemon. Not lemon oil. Oil of lemon.
Well, they broke it down.
It's pine sol.
Oh, lemon salt.
That's not pie, baby.
So if a soul leaves a lemon's body, soul lemon.
I think that's what like those little freeze dried ones are.
Is that like half a gram?
I don't know. Ask the producer. She's eating them.
No, I mean the soul of a lemon. Is that like half a gram? I don't know. You know.
Is that a milligram?
Ooh. Tabasco brand pepper sauce comes in the lead at 3,700 Scoville units, coming in at 72 cents per ounce, which for a national brand does seem to be on the high side. That's almost double most of the others. Crystal's obviously coming in high.
I know why.
Because they can.
Well, that because they're aged in oak barrels for 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's time and effort, man. You got to charge. Anything in an oak barrel usually costs more, according to this documentation that I read earlier in the day. Because they also age in plastic and stainless steel.
Yeah.
But Avery Island over there, you know, the boys in Tabasco, they've always done it for over 150 years in oak barrels, and that's the way they continue to do it. And it's aged for the mash is aged for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
See this.
And
I will
sitting
admit,
on top of the
I don't
too.
dislike Tabasco, but this next statement is going to make it sound like I do, because in reading this, I don't know if I would be as big a fan of Tabasco as I would when tasters describe it as vinegary, astringent, and peppery. Mm-hmm. So that just doesn't sound great.
It doesn't even sound like Tabasco.
But if you think about it, it is pepper vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
And I got like the trapeze like vinegar with the actual peppers packed in there, and that's how it like. That's it, dude. Like, that's all it is. Vinegar and
Peppers.
That's the good stuff for the collards.
All right.
They're gonna make hot sauce.
You could, yep. Go ahead, close that one.
Okay, and then we're going to hit this last one real fast.
Do we still have that one from last week?
No.
No. Okay.
50 things, basically, every single American believes are completely normal, but are actually very, very, very strange.
I like there was 3 variants.
Right?
And, like, we don't have to read all of them, but I really want to know. Like, what do we think is normal that the rest of the world thinks is weird or strange?
Keep scrolling, Dooley. You can get there. I got faith.
There's
They
a
are
whole
numbered.
aisle on your supermarket dedicated to just cereal.
That is true.
I mean, I get it, but not every grocery store is equal. Continue.
yellow school buses are actually a thing in America. I honestly thought it was just a cartoon thing, but nope. So obviously they don't live here.
Yeah, so they don't use yellow school buses everywhere in the world.
Losers.
How do you know it's a school bus if it's not yellow?
Your news is over-sensationalized. I couldn't believe it when I visited. Every news program seems like much less news and way more like reality TV.
I concur.
Yeah.
Urgent message coming in. Red Solo cups are not just a Hollywood prop.
Y'all ain't got
I
no damn
fill
red
you
solo
up.
cups where you live.
I have Red Solo cups at home.
Why is that weird?
I
Because
guess.
they're bougie, Jason.
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't see a bunch of French teenagers getting around and being like, "Oh, that's Cabernet would go excellent in this Red Solo cup."
Do you think the French teenagers are like, yeah, let's drink a cab?
I think again, it's.
They're drinking
I go back to
Cab
what
with lunch. What are you talking about?
Melissa said. It's what your parents have. So I would say yes. A French
Very
teenager
good
would
point.
absolutely be like,
That is a good
I
point.
am going to raid the Cabernet.
Jacques, get your dad shitty Cabernet.
That we have extremely violent shows on daytime TV, but you censor nudity. How will a boob harm you? But stabbing and blood splashing are normal. I'm going back to the French on this one.
Right?
Is the guy or girl who wrote this French? Is that where we're at? Well, that's interesting. I never thought about that.
What?
Never thought. So the toilet water being so high, wiping was terrifying. How far down do you put your hand? You're obviously a sitter, though. I respect that.
Stand to wipe.
You know, fuck the stand of wiping.
I'm just on
Dooley,
the, like,
we
the-
now have confirmation. Everyone in the world wipes while sitting down.
Down. Except for you and Austin.
Losers.
I am just on the like the water.
How high,
the
how
water-
high is it, right?
The
Like,
water keeps the smell at bay, dude. Like if you're just doodling on top of the water, it ain't good. Like it's like once the pyramid peaks the water, it's like where you're like, woo, it's getting hot in here.
need that courtesy flush.
I feel like maybe they're not sitting on YouTube watching a 30-minute video or some shit like that while on the toilet, but
You were in there for 30 minutes watching a YouTube video.
Still got to
Man, they just wash their ass halfway. That's what the bidet's for.
Right? Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, you got to courtesy flush, then you got to wash your ass, and you go back to what
not
you was
everybody
doing.
has a super soaker.
You know,
Like,
the TV ad for prescription medications always get me. I guess because you guys don't have prescription medication on TV, it's actually illegal over there.
no, but again, like I'm with you. It's like sometimes the side effects of these bitches, I'd rather just have poops.
Right?
Well, I think sometimes the list of like, is it you? Do you lie in bed at night?
Yes.
Do your legs move around?
I mean, when I move them.
Do you blink?
Yes.
Then try our medication.
Do you blink?
I don't know what our medication does, but the side effects list include vomiting, fatigue,
and death.
seizures.
People actually like and buy pickup trucks as a daily driver.
Even if their job doesn't require them to haul anything at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I like how the photo is them with the pickup bed lined as like the
with like the line,
pickup
yeah,
pool.
and pool, yeah, the pickup pool.
The redneck pickup pool, yeah.
you're hauling fun.
Number 9.
What you doing? Hauling ass.
American kids eat straight sugar. Well, not like the cube. We're not horses. We put it in sticks. It's called pixie sticks. We at least, you know.
I think other cultures eat way more sugar than we do, and that's why their teeth are jacked up, or their dental programs.
Dental well, their health system sucks over there. So
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
Like,
it wouldn't if they had prescription drugs on TV.
right?
there was a 24-hour pharmacy across the street from our apartment. Nothing shocking there, except that it is also sold booze, cigarettes. Like, what the actual fuck? Yeah, that's a state-to-state thing for sure, because if CVS could sell fucking liquor
Booze?
here...
Right?
I mean, they could sell... I guess they could sell alcohol,
They sell
just
beer and
not
wine.
liquor, yeah.
I need to get my Coors
And that's
Light, I
only
need
till
to get my
midnight, though.
cigarettes, and I also need to get my Prozac.
I don't know if any of you have ever been to New York.
Oh, this is beautiful. The honking. I thought it was a movie stereotype, and then I went to New York.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That you guys don't include taxes in your prices. Went to a convenience store to get a drink and was very confused when the price label was different at checkout.
I mean, that would be convenient.
The huge number of flags everywhere. I mean,
You don't like our pride?
I was going to say, I feel like that could also depend, like, When you say everywhere, was this a holiday? Did you walk through a cemetery?
On Memorial Day or something like that? Yeah.
That sounds weird, but like, there's a lot of flags in a cemetery. Was that like, is that weird? I don't know. Sending Christmas cards with a professional photo of your family on the front.
I like how they got a White House one.
This is
Really?
I did not get that Christmas card 2016. Did you get one?
No.
I don't think
But
I've
then I
ever
didn't vote
done
for
a
him, so-
professionally fronted photo Christmas card.
I have not.
You can buy milk in gallon-sized containers. That's not weird to me at all. It's just like milk.
yeah, because all
Why
they
is
have
that
is
weird?
milk in bags.
I like that.
Well, yeah, bag milk is...
Well, I mean, again, aren't they're a metric, right? So they're liters. So you buy it in a liter.
I asked for milk in a smaller carton. The lady who worked there just laughed at me and said, "Don't you like milk in England?" Damn! Burn! The Pledge of Allegiance. Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, again, if that isn't brainwashing, I don't know what is. Like, you know who... that was a bad example.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, yeah, I mean, North Korea does that shit.
Yeah. China.
I mean,
Aerosol cheese products. Now, come on. Come on.
How you get mad about cheese? In a
Come
can?
on. Like,
Dude.
there's a time and place for aerosol cheese.
I mean,
I'm not saying that's our best invention ever.
I was in the Army. It was kind of fucking sweet.
Right.
There's a time and a place for some aerosol cheese.
I mean, like I'm telling you, Vienna sausages on a Triscuit with a little aerosol cheese, man. You're gourmet out there.
If you've never been drunk with a cheese can, you haven't lived. 18. Attack ads against political opponents and ads for law firms or lawyers. These kinds of ads are illegal and considered unethical in our country.
That's called freedom of speech, people.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where are you from, North Korea?
That photo kind of did look like.
Free refills. The first time I was in the U.S., the waitress kept refilling my glass without asking. I thought that it was a rude scam to make more money. Turns out, they only charged me for one drink on the bill.
Yeah, dude, it's like 12 cents.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like obviously it says no refills on things like milk, orange juice, like
the
whatever.
pricey things, eggs.
But I mean, let's
Yeah.
face it. For anyone, I'm gonna ruin some people's lives. For anyone who doesn't know, soda's like 6 cents a glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that,
You're paying
yeah.
$3
Yeah.
for 6 cents, and
Go ahead.
fucking get over it
Go
because it's
ahead,
gonna
man.
happen,
Get all you want.
right?
You know what? If you don't leave McDonald's, that shit's free. All right? As long as you don't leave.
You just keep on sucking out that straw.
You go out
just keep
that
on
door and
pressing
come
that
back, man. Like, you got to buy another cup.
Talking really loudly in public places.
This annoys the shit out of me.
The default volume of most Americans seems to be about 10 decibels higher than that of every other country's inhabitants.
That ain't me.
Don't worry. We're fine.
Just making things loud in here.
Speaking of 10 decibels
You
higher.
gonna answer that?
That was an alarm.
Well, I couldn't make a joke about an alarm when we're talking about talking on the phone in public. All right, tipping. I had zero clue about tipping, how to tip, and I got a lot of dirty looks during my first solo trip there. I felt like shit after finding out.
Well, that's because they actually pay them an actual wage overseas.
See-
They don't tip over there.
Yeah, and I bet you. Okay, so this
They're
is
making.
like
they're also making $16, $17 an hour.
yeah,
as
but I mean,
wage
it's going to
tables.
roll downhill. Food's got to be more expensive over there too.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's just one of those things. Like you're going somewhere else. Culturally, you should look up certain things.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, like
It's a
don't
service
shake
industry.
hands with your left hand.
I was gonna say, like
Yeah.
there are certain disrespectful things in every culture, or certain things that you should know, and like
Don't
you can.
show the bottom of your shoe.
They're not hard to look up in most cases. You can generally just like search a country and be like, "What do I need to know?" You know,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
top
yeah.
10 things you need to know when traveling.
Did you
here.
know that you could Google it?
What? You don't want to ask Jeeves?
Ass cheese.
Did you know that the parent company of Google is Alphabet?
You want to hit up Wahoo?
True fucking story. The parent company of Google is Alphabet.
Yes, I did
and
know that.
they are cutting 10% of their workforce right now. So worldwide, that's a lot of people. Anyway,
Number 22. When traveling to another part of the world, an American will always say the city and or state they're from, not the country. We'll be at a hostel and someone will be like, "Where's everyone from? Denmark? Germany? France? Australia? Japan? Sacramento, California?"
motherfuckers, you know where California is.
Let's face it,
The
they probably
whole
know where
world.
Sacramento
The whole world.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm like, maybe if you said like, I'm from Podunk, Wyoming, like,
Yeah.
you might need to
Paying for an
Murica.
ambulance.
Murica at the end.
We could probably just put health insurance. Paying for health
Yeah,
insurance.
you know what though? That is city dependent also.
Yeah.
The ambulance, not the health insurance.
Well, yeah, the city. Well, again, I think Virginia Beach is the only city in the country that is 100% volunteer.
Here. Yeah.
That you can get fired just like that and have no income. That does depend on the state, but most states are an at-will state.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get fired for anything.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So in other countries, you get fired, they keep paying you?
No, it's kind of like again, you're working on a contract. So, like, if you get fired, like, you
But
either
you
have
can-
severance or you have, think of it more of like breaking a lease. Like, okay, I'm going to leave. You can't stop me from leaving, but, like, you want to fire me, you have to give me another month's worth of pay. You
Fair
have, like, a
choice.
severance. You know, you're not just left with nothing. So you have time to get back on your feet, is the best way I could put it.
I guess it makes sense because, like, I've reading books, and yes, I too read.
I thought you listened.
Well, yeah, mostly. Yeah, I'm all right. So Audible told me that and like when
You can't spell sausage without America.
Right? Without
What?
USA.
I was going back to my reading.
Anyway,
Can't spell sausage without America.
Like when I reading these books about Gordon Ramsay, Pierre White,
Yeah.
and they always talked about contracts. Like, I'm on contract for 2 years. Like damn, dude, like you really like walked into a job that you might fucking hate and be like, yeah, dude, I'll do it for 2 years.
Yep.
Like, it's like
Again, you can break that contract, but it goes like both ways. There are consequences. If
Yeah.
you're going to fire me, then you have to give me a severance.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I'm
I'm
not
just
sure what the consequences are, but
Yeah,
I'm assuming if you break a contract, it looks like you got fired from a job over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good way. Like, if you go to your next job and they're like, "Hey, how'd you leave your last job?" Like, yeah, I broke my 2-year contract after like 6 months.
So I'm feeling like Marco Pierre White.
Yeah.
How
I said
dare
it 3
you.
different ways. I know. I feel like at one point he was working somewhere and he wanted to move, but he was working out his contract. But the people knew the other people and knew what he was trying to do, and they were like, "Bro, just go. Like, we'll just take care of it."
All right. Number 25 is that the waiter takes your credit card when you pay in an American restaurant. Here in Europe, you always keep the card with you when you pay.
So they just bring
Bring
you
it to the table.
They bring you the technology.
Yeah, they bring the
Here's the
reader in.
POS system.
I mean, actually, that's, as far as security goes, probably a lot smarter.
Yeah, but I mean, again, yeah.
On Halloween, masked people come to your house and knock on your door asking for candy. Mostly it's just packs of kids, but sometimes whole families. Do you guys just not celebrate Halloween? I mean, I guess
that is
makes
quite
sense.
possible. That's probably an American holiday. Well, it's a Mexican holiday, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Again, I just assume at
It's
this
a
point
Day of the
that
Dead,
everyone would.
Let's just call it a Western.
Dia de Muerta. The idolization of politicians. I love the bro hugging going on in this photo.
That's a little weird.
This is like Washington and Abraham look like they're about to get down and freaky.
Yeah, and then what's with the reef?
I don't know. It's Christmas time. You can keep scrolling because I don't think we need to talk about anything else about that. Drive-through banks and even pharmacies. This is astonishing to me as we simply do not have enough space for this sort of thing in the UK.
Well, yeah.
Well, you're a small fucking island.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
And all
mean,
those
to be
buildings have been around
frank,
for a while.
More land, less problems.
Yeah.
I feel like their cars are smaller. They could make this work.
Yeah, I mean, if someone really wanted to.
Identifying as your heritage instead of your nationality. Americans will say that they're Italian, German, Polish, etc. when they don't speak the language and have no real connection to those countries anymore. In other parts of the world, people just identify as the country where they were born in or have lived in for a significant amount of time, regardless of their ancestry.
Yeah, most of your ancestry didn't cross the Atlantic.
I was about to say, unfortunately, all of us here didn't come from here.
Yeah, none
I
of
don't-
us from here.
There
came
are
here.
very few people that are like, where are you from? America. The originals with the Indians. Like,
Yeah.
before the Spanish.
Native
before...
Americans, please, sir.
Yes, I'm sorry, not Red Dot.
Ouch.
There are security
Swinging
guards
for the
in the
fences.
school halls, and some schools even have metal detectors at the entrance, like TSA at the airports.
Oh yeah.
Well,
have you been to New York?
Right.
Have you heard of school shootings lately?
Fucking Compton, dude. They finally tore that fucking school down.
Oh, I love this description. You have those angry sinks that chop shit.
You mean a garbage?
Garbage disposals. Yes. You have those angry sinks that chop shit. That is beautiful.
I mean, that is not a worldwide thing. I mean, I feel like we need to start selling those.
We need to start selling angry sinks to chop shit, not garbage disposals. Angry sinks to chop. And you know what? We should find a way to translate it awkwardly as well.
Yeah.
So when it goes into French, it's like sink that angrily eats things. You know, just the concept of getting into university because you're good at sport. I was chatting with an American guy online and told me he went to college on a lacrosse scholarship. This was mind-boggling to me. So I'm curious, is he mind-boggled that like he probably failed high school and still got in on a lacrosse scholarship? Or is this just like you were smart but you just got a free ride because you were good at sports? I'm not sure about the like what surprised you the most. Your country is huge.
Yeah.
Yes, I really want to know where you're from now.
Right?
England. Fuck,
yeah, I was
dude,
about to
you
say
can
part
drive
of
across
England.
that bitch in like 2 hours.
Your country is huge. I got off the plane and asked the cab how far to the hotel was, and he said about 30 miles. I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, there was one thing I heard. Like, this person said that they wouldn't go drive to go see like the family members if they're like more than 30, 45 minutes away.
From the airport.
Yeah.
No, from like in England.
Scrolling.
What?
At the same time, like, come on. In fucking Europe, you can literally drive for 4 hours and you go through 3 different countries.
Yeah, right.
Where you're not even halfway across Texas yet.
The lack of annual paid time off from work. My uncle recently moved from the UK to the United States and nearly passed out when he realized I get around 35 days of holiday every year.
Is that good or bad?
Well, considering we get like 2 weeks on average,
that,
and
yeah.
they get 35 days, that's more than double. I'd say they're killing it. They get like 5 weeks. Huge gaps in the sides and bottoms of toilet stalls that people can see through. Well, thank the people that fucking...
I mean, again, like, personal space, bro. Don't be peeking through the cracks.
The drinking age being 21.
That is crazy.
You can join the army, get married, have children, and drive at a younger age, but you're too immature to drink. Wearing outdoor shoes inside the house. Now I just... Do you want dirt, mud, and dog shit all over your floors? Do you not clean dog shit off of your shoes?
Right?
Do you...
Do you not watch where you walk?
Right?
How much dog shit is in your country?
The school sequence of freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. I have to translate this in my head every time I hear it. Okay. Good for you. I have to translate things that are not in my language, too. Dumbass. Higher education can cost upwards of $50,000 a year. You guys get free college, and I'm jealous of that one. Fine. The obsession with high school. I have friends who say their best years were spent in high school, and I think that's really, really sad. Why? We all became adults afterwards.
That's the little hobbit there.
Life definitely sucks after that. The coupons. Oh, well. I was visiting a friend of mine who is from the States, and she bought a book of coupons. The discounts you could get were ridiculously fantastic. What in the hell is a pep rally? Yeah, you can just keep scrolling on that one. There's no... Anyone listening should know what that is. The size of rats and the amount of cockroaches. I saw a roadkill cockroach the size of a tennis ball at the Grand Canyon. I have lived in Berlin for years and have yet to see any rat that comes close to New York rats. Yeah, they don't fuck around. Iced tap water that arrives at your table immediately when you sit down at a restaurant. It's such an amazing thing. I love how the people who came up with hospitality don't know about iced tap water.
Right?
The fear of clowns. Rather anecdotal, but a very American thing. Other countries' reaction goes from meh to I guess they're scary. 46. A car culture so intense you can't really live without one. My parents didn't even know how to drive. We used public transportation to get pretty much anywhere. Yeah. I love the Grease photo, though. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
That didn't mean stop scrolling, Dooley. The fact that you can drive for 5 hours and still be in the same place. If you drive for 5 hours in Europe, suddenly everyone's talking funny and the cheese is different.
Truth.
Put in a ton of sugar in products like bread. Well, you just leave putting a ton of sugar in products, probably. Saying, how are you doing, or how's it going, just means hello. I've noticed non-Americans tend to think this is an invitation for them to share their life troubles, while most Americans just use it as a greeting. And last but not least...
Wow.
USA! USA!
chanting USA for no apparent reason.
There is a reason.
There is a reason.
It's Murica.
All right. Dooley, switch over. Din, din, din.
Yeah, that thing.
Din, din, din. We rebel. As always, thank you for listening to NPR.
And all the crazy shit Americans do that everyone else finds weird and odd.
Can we call it NPR? It's Norfolk Public Radio. I mean, it might be Virginia Beach here, but I'm going to go Norfolk because that's where I'm from. So thank you for listening to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat.
Wow, the thought, huh? With that?
Thank you for listening to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. You can find us on Facebook at,
Team Fat Kid.
on Instagram at,
Team Fat Kid Nation.
on Twitter,
At Team Fat Kid.
and on YouTube at.
Team Faggot.
You can find the food truck on Facebook at
Team Faggot Food Truck.
on the Instagram,
Team Faggot Food Truck.
the Twitter.
At Fat_Truck.
Remember, you can always call us for your order and your pre-order and catering needs. Almost had it.
At 757-427-1586.
Remember,
Stay hungry.
be creative.
And don't forget to sharpen your knives.
The website, by the way, is teamfaggotnation.com.
For all you knife and
Did we
brownies.
skip that one?
Yeah,
You
we
cut me
skipped-
off, but we're good. We're good.
okay.
It's in there. It's in there.
Peace, love, and bacon grease. We out this bitch. We gotta make a phone call.
USA! 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 USA!
USA!
America!